So today we're going to take a look at how I make steamed rice on the stovetop. I'm going to be making a cup of rice. I buy big bags of rice and they last about a year. We're also going to use a little bit of sesame seed oil, and that's it. So the first thing I do is I went out and I got this off Amazon. It's a Cuisinart pot, and it's just the right size for this amount of rice. I'm going to be making it on the stove top, and our step one, what we want to do is rinse the rice. So there's my cup of rice. Bring it over to the sink and just give it a good rinse. And that's it. And what you want to do now is just tap out as much water as you can. Add it to your pan, and we're going to use a cup and a quarter cup, 1 1/4 cups water. This is a 1/3 cup, so I just will do a little bit under it, close to a quarter. And now we're just going to put a few drops of sesame oil in here. You do not want a lot of sesame oil. It's very strong. So just about that much. Now, you don't turn this on right away. You're going to let this sit for 10 minutes before you bring it to a boil. So I'll be back in 10 minutes for. Okay, after it's set about 10 minutes, you want to go ahead, put it on high. At the same time, what I do is I take my other burner and I put it down on simmer. So I got that one on simmer, this one on high, and let me tell you why. These glass top stoves, they really don't cool off instantly, and if you turn this down, it's still going to be too hot, and then it starts to boil over and a lot of your water comes out the side. So you want to have one on simmer and one on high, and then just move it over. We'll just move it over to the simmer burner as soon as it comes to a boil. So I'm just going to let this sit here. As soon as it comes to a boil, turn the heat down and let it simmer for 10 minutes after that. And don't count the 10 minutes. You don't want to count the 10 minutes that you were waiting or with the coming to a boil. So after it starts boiling, that's when you want to start your timer for 10 minutes. And I'll be right back as soon as this comes to a boil. Another reason I got this pot, by the way, was a glass lid, so I can see when it starts to come to a boil as well. You don't want to have to keep opening it up to see if it's boiling yet. So you definitely want a glass top to see when it comes to a boil. Okay, well, my memory card filled up again and I didn't know it, so I missed a step here. So what I did was I had it on the big burner, brought it up to a boil. Once it started boiling, I moved it over to the burner that was on low. It's actually on just above level 2 on my stove. Again, with these glass top stoves, the reason I do this is this burner will not cool off. The big burner, when I brought it to a boil on in high, would not cool off fast enough, and everything would boil over. And that's happened to me several times. So to avoid that, I just have another burner on low. And what I do is just slide it over as soon as it comes to a boil. And as you can see it in there, it's sort of just a small rolling boil. And it's going to go for 10 minutes. I've got 5 more minutes left on that. So I just wanted to get that step recorded for you so you know what I did with this glass type top. Now if you had a gas, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You can just turn a gas burner down. and that wouldn't be a problem. But these glass ones, your rice will boil over if you let it, or if you're not careful. And then what I'm going to do now, and if you see it starting to boil up a little bit too high, I'm just going to move that off the burner a little bit so it doesn't boil over, and maybe notch my heat down just a little bit. So keep an eye on it. So this is going to go for the full 10 minutes. I started the timer as soon as it came to a boil, and I moved it over to the low burner. So after that, I'm going to just take it off the heat and let it set for another 10 minutes, and then it should be ready to fluff with a fork. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, and I'm sorry, it's been sitting off the heat for 10 minutes, just sitting. It simmered for 10 minutes, and now it sat for 10 minutes. And here, let me try to get this where the light's a little better here. But there you go, nice, fluffy, medium grain, steamed rice. Now this is the same rice I would use for any side dish. I definitely put it underneath my chicken cacciatore, which I'll be making here next. I also make my golden rice and fried rice with this same rice. So I do go through a lot of this rice. I have it. I also put it, same rice I put in my chicken soup sometimes as well. So it's a good rice. It's used for a lot of things. And it comes out perfect cooking this method every time. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching.